Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment on Rumble and YouTube. I'm on my way to deal with this little thingy-mabobber here, this little subpoena that I received on November 18th from one city attorney of Albert Lea, Minnesota, contracted city attorney of Albert Lea, Minnesota, Kelly Don Martinez. And so let this sink in here for a minute. I am being subpoenaed by the prosecution, the city attorney of Albert Lea, who is representing both the city of Albert Lea and the state of Minnesota, to testify against Lisa Hansen, when I have done nothing but defend Lisa Hansen and been in her court, so to speak, from the beginning of this. And what I will tell you is, I believe for the most part that this is a power play on the part of Martinez. She means to disrupt and discomfort as many people as she possibly can who have dared to show any sort of defiance of her or Walls or Ellison or anybody in a position of authority. And I'm kind of 50-50 on whether or not she'll even put me on the stand today. I believe that for the most part she's trying to keep me, one, out of the courtroom so that I can't be there to see what's going on and talk about it firsthand. Two, I believe that what she's doing is also meant to disrupt my life. And three, I think that her end goal is to try and get me on the stand, compel me to testify, and then try and get me to incriminate myself in some way, shape, or form so that she can pursue legal, in her eyes, legal charges against me. And I'm not who she thinks I am, ladies and gentlemen. But you have to remember that this is the lady who called the Minnesota BCA, the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. This is the lady who called the FBI, along with J.D. Carlson, the chief of police, the director of public safety for Albert Lea. And then also filed formal complaints against me with the Olmsted County Sheriff's Office after they doxed me. While accusing me of doxing Kelly, amongst other things. If I remember the investigatory report correctly, Kelly claimed that I threatened her. Never happened. Kelly claimed that I put her in fear for her life. I don't know how. If I remember correctly, there was even something about Kelly feeling that she needed to get an emergency permit to carry and had to hire security or something like that. She had to move her minor child out of this area because of me. All right? So, and this is all very important because she subpoenaed me, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly Don Martinez of the Albert Lea City Attorney's Office subpoenaed me to testify on her part against Lisa Hansen. How stupid do you have to be as an attorney to do that? To file complaints against someone with the BCA and the FBI, which went nowhere because there was nothing there. File a complaint with an employer where it went somewhere, but not where they wanted it to go in the end. Am I working there anymore? No, but that was because I chose to walk away after they finally made some sort of decent settlement. Wasn't what I deserved, but I could never have gone back to work there. But She's the one who started this. She's the one who went after Lisa on misdemeanor charges. She's the one. She's the one who filed complaints against me. She's the one who came after me. She's the one who made false allegations that I threatened her, along with J.D. Carlson making false allegations that I threatened him. All of that, untrue, patently and demonstrably untrue. Demonstrably untrue. Subpoenas me. It's going to have to treat me as a hostile witness because there's no way I'm going to cooperate with her. Not in any way other than, did you make this video? Yes. Is that you in the video? Yes. That's it. That's all she's going to get from me by way of cooperation. Yesterday, I was made aware. So today, as I'm shooting this, it is the 8th of December. It's Wednesday morning at approximately 7:34 right now. So yesterday, I was made aware in the evening that she mentioned me by name in the courtroom in front of a reporter, didn't get what she wanted in that situation, and then went out to argue with court security staff about where she was parked, because I guess she was parked in a law enforcement slot, and they told her she needed to move, and she basically stated, I parked there so I could, for safety, because I'm afraid of T.C. Pearson if he shows up. Look, the only person who has been harmed in my relationship, if you will, with with Kelly Martinez has been me. I'm the only one who has received any harm at the hands of the other person. Period. I wish no harm on Kelly Martinez. And now she's trying to claim that I'm a danger to her. She subpoenaed me. And now she's claiming she needs protection. What she needs is some hospitalization. It's bunk. Absolute bunk. I am not going to go on in that, if she even has the tenacity to put me on the stand. I am not going to go on that stand and give her what she wants. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to act like a subservient child. I'm going to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. I will not incriminate myself, but if she opens the door and asks any question that allows me to state publicly what she's done to me, I'm damn sure going to do it. A reporter conveyed to a close friend of mine that she mentioned me by name in earshot of the reporter on at least 2 different occasions yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the epitome of the legal system, of the justice system in the state of Minnesota. Kelly Dawn Martinez is not an odd one out. She is a representative. She is exactly what the justice system in the state of Minnesota works like. I've seen it firsthand. So, here we see Lisa Hansen facing 800 and some days locked up for 9 different misdemeanor counts for keeping a business open that she had every liberty to keep open. Being abused by the legal system, being abused by out-of-control, petty, power-hungry tyrants. And now one of those petty, power-hungry tyrants is doing everything in her power to discomfort anybody who has backed Lisa up. This woman summoned Lisa Hansen's husband to testify against her. Now, I'm sure that's been dealt with, but just think about how moronic you'd have to be to subpoena someone to testify against their spouse when it's a given that spousal privilege covers them from having to testify against their loved one. That's where we're at. And for her to have done the things to me that she did to me, now claiming that I'm in some way a harm or danger to her, is asinine. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I never advocate for violence. I never advocate for the initiation of force. And I had a long conversation last night with the senior law enforcement officer in Freeborn County. And I explained to him, look, I'm not even bringing my sidearm into the county tomorrow. I will be leaving it at home. Lisa Hansen is the victim here. I am a victim here. Other people who are being subpoenaed to testify are being made the victims here. This is being done to us to make us uncomfortable, to try and divide a united front, and to work us into a position where we are terrified to stand up for one another. And so, while it'd be easy to say that Kelly Dawn Martinez of the Albert Lea City Attorney's Office is a moron, she's not. She's evil. And she thinks with the cunningness of an evil viper. She is as cunning as an evil viper. Because that's what she is. She's an evil viper. And for the most part, the judge in this case, Judge Butel, is a willing pawn in this. So, watch this today. Pray for Lisa. Pray for everyone else who's been subpoenaed, who's being forced to miss work, to the tune of $20 a day of compensation for being there. And just watch to see if Martinez tries to drag this out, to drag out the testimony, and to drag out the number of people that she can, and see how many days she can keep as many of us there as possible. Just watch. Because I'm missing a full day's of work today. Because I don't work in a job where I can just show up and say, oh, hey, I'm here, can I take over now? So when I missed it, when I missed this morning, I missed for the day. There's nothing I can do about it. So pray for Lisa, pray for me, and quite honestly, pray for Kelly Dawn Martinez. Pray that she'd be awakened by God, and that she would just drop this silliness. I mean, we know she won't. I believe her foolish heart has been darkened, and she's been turned over to her power-hungry lust, and that she believes this is going to endear her to the powers that be, so that she doesn't have to be just a petty tyrant, that somehow she can be absorbed into a larger tyranny. But the idea that I am somehow a threat to her, I have never threatened anyone in my life. Never. I mean, I'm sure at some point I've said something that could be deemed that way. It's just the nature of human beings. We say stupid stuff all the time. But I've never threatened her. Never been a threat to her. In fact, I would stand in the way of anyone trying to harm her. Because that's who I am. And that's how most of the people I associate myself with operate. We would stand in the way of others doing harm to even those we do not like, or even those we despise. So until next time, Sic Semper, Tyrannis.